Hi guys, my name is Ｐার্ট্নের Ice Cream and today I will be talking you through how to do all the challenges for King's Fall Raid. The challenges themselves aren't too difficult and require an understanding of the mechanics, teamwork and most vitally, communication. I find these challenges to be fun and very rewarding, but it is key that everyone knows their role and what they're going to be doing so that you don't fail these challenges. The first challenge you will face is Warpriest. There are 3 plates or totems in which you will stand on at the start of the encounter, middle, left and right. Once everybody stands on their totems, the Warpriest will summon. It will then be your job to clear all the enemies until an Ultra Knight like this one spawns. If you're in the middle, leave your Knight alive until last so that your teammates can gather ammo. Once your Knight is down, the glyph sequence will begin where these symbols here on the middle will start to glow. These symbols represent which plate to stand on and in which order. One person from middle will have to call out which side the symbols are lit upon in the correct order, something like this. Call it.
Okay, it is left,
Left side.
That's not us.
middle, and then right.
Okay, Jade.
Go to
Alright,
right.
Tell me when you're on, suit.
Go,
Come on.
get it.
Oh, don't kill me!
Now, as your teammate calls out a side, one person from each side must stand on the platform, as it is called out, in the correct order, otherwise it won't work. Now, this is where the challenge begins. The last person to stand on the plate, which has to be the third person to get onto the plate, as not to confuse you thinking that everybody has to stand on the plate, will get a red glowing aura surrounding them. Don't get off your plate until the third person has the aura. Get onto the right side for your first run, about where I am now, and make sure all your teammates are within the aura to be able to do DPS. You have to do damage to the boss quickly to stagger him, otherwise he will start hitting you. The person with the aura will then have a timer just above their super called Brand of the Initiate, which means they have to kill enemies before the timer runs out. However, try and wait until the timer is at the last few seconds to kill an adept, or you won't have enough time to do significant DPS to the Warpriest. This brand has stacks of 5 times when you first get it. Each time you kill an enemy before the timer runs out, the stack will go down to 4, then 3, and then 2, and so on. Let your team know when you're on your last stack. If you fail to kill an enemy before the time runs out, you will die and the aura will pass on to someone else. Dying when you have the aura is a great way to fail the challenge. A good weapon for damaging the Warpriest is the sleeper stimulant. Once the aura has disappeared, huddle together like penguins and wait until it says the Warpriest calls upon the Oculus. Once that appears, run back to your side and repeat the same steps you just did. However, for the challenge mode, the same person cannot take the aura again. If your plate is the last plate to stand on but you've already taken the aura, someone else must stand on your plate for you and take the aura. If you're worried about taking the aura, it's always a good choice to assign people. This means that whoever is taking the aura has to run quickly to whatever side the last plate is on and stand on it in order to get the aura. And that's it for the Warpriest challenge. Repeat these steps until you basically kill him. Make sure that nobody takes the aura more than once and Bob's your uncle. Now on to the Golgoroth challenge. Golgoroth challenge is a pain in the backside but the most fun. Black spindles are a must to do maximum damage to Golgi, but sleeper stimulant is a good alternative. For this challenge, everyone has to take his gaze. Well, a good start is to give everyone a number. I would say the hardest job is being number 1 and number 2. Leave number 1's spot to someone who's confident at taking first gaze. If none of you have done it before, don't worry, I'm going to talk you through it. Split your team down the middle. 3 people on left and 3 people on right. It's better to have number 1 on the left, for the other numbers it doesn't really matter. Shoot down the big white blue bubble hanging from the ceiling to start the encounter. Hide behind these big boxes here, I don't know what they're called, and take out the ads that run across the bridge in front of you. When it's all clear, you can run up and get ammo. After you're all ready and you've done your ammo run, get a Titan to jump down into Golgoroth's pit and run into a hole by the left side. He will need to pop a bubble, preferably weapons bubble, towards the entrance so that the teammates can run down and be protected. All except number 1. The person to take the first gaze should jump onto this box here and shoot down this bubble. If you're struggling to shoot down the bubble, ask a teammate to help. Once a bubble has been popped, use a sniper rifle to hit Golgoroth's back, the orangey glowy bit. You should have then captured his gaze. Jump down to where I am now and focus shooting the dark blue balls he fires at you. A machine gun works perfectly for this as it is one shot per ball, but a pulse rifle should also work just as well. There will be a countdown above your super, so start counting down for your teammates so they know how long they have. So when number 1 captures the gaze, everyone down in the pit will run into the goo on the floor created by the first gaze taker. If you have a tether, then use it on him and damage him by hitting him in his tummy. Use the black spindles if you have them, or heavy weapons. Watch out for unstable light, which will show above your super and your screen will start to go green. If you have this, then you need to jump out of the pit and get away from your teammates as you will explode and kill them. Once you've gotten rid of unstable light, you can then jump back down and continue to damage Golgoroth. As number 1 counts down, at 10 seconds number 2 should jump right and get onto the bridge. Number 2 then needs to take gaze by again shooting Golgoroth in the back, then running round counterclockwise, taking the longest route by running right to the back.
Breeze got it.
By this point, everyone should jump out of the pit and get to safety. Number 3 needs to get ready at the starting point and shoot Golgoroth in the back to capture his gaze. Number 3 then runs counterclockwise, but this time don't go as far as number 2. You can jump over the gap between the 2 bridges. When Golgoroth's back is turned, number 4 can then take it and repeat the same steps as number 3. Repeat this until you get to number 6. After number 6 has taken the gaze, get back to the starting positions, 3 people left, 3 people right. Help out number 6 by taking out any blue balls, following them, and get ready for another round of adds. Repeat these steps until you defeat Golgoroth. With the right weapons, you should be able to do it easily in 3 rounds. If his health is low for your 3rd round of DPS, don't get number 2 to jump out to take gaze. Instead, do damage to Golgoroth to the last second, because if his health is low enough, you should be able to kill him. And that's it for the Golgoroth challenge. The final challenge mode is probably the easiest, which is Oryx challenge, in which you have to detonate 16 bombs in order to kill Oryx in one go and complete the challenge. The plates work the same as it does for the sisters, in which you have to jump on the plates in a counterclockwise order. However, for this you can choose who you want to be the runner, preferably somebody good at jumping. Get one person to run towards the orb at the front to activate Oryx and gather up the thrall. Don't shoot at the thrall immediately. Once all the thrall are gathered together, get someone to tether them, and if you have a warlock in your group, they can use a Nova Bomb. The reason we do this? To create lots of orbs. Assign 3 people to a platform and place 2 titans in the middle. Make sure one titan runs blessings and the other one is on weapons. Touch of Malice is the weapon to use, but if you are a titan in the middle and don't own a touch, use a sleeper simulant. 2 knights will spawn on the front 2 platforms, kill them, and Oryx will move to a platform and slam his fist on it. The plate that Oryx slams his fists on is platform 1, which is where the runner will start from. Someone else will need to stand on plate 1 to keep it activated. Then, going counterclockwise, you will need a person to jump on 2 once the first plate has been activated, and finally plate 3 once plate 2 has been activated. You don't need anyone on plate 4. The 2 titans in the middle need to pop a weapons bubble and a blessings bubble to take out the 4 ogres that spawn in the corner next to the plates going from 1 to 4. It's key that the ogres are taken down as quickly as possible. When the ogres die, they drop a bomb, which is crucial for taking down Oryx. Do not step inside the black radius of the bomb just yet, as this will fail the challenge. For the people on the platforms, horizontally to your platform at the other side, a knight will spawn. Use a sniper rifle to kill your knight. Knights will take any bombs dropped by the ogres, which will also fail the challenge. So it's really important that anyone on a plate takes down their knight. Let other teammates know if you are struggling with your knight so they can help you out. As no one is on plate 4, a 4th knight will spawn by the plate. The 2 titans in the middle will focus on taking down the 4th knight. Now, the runner will be jumping on the floating platforms until they reach the last platform and collect the brand of immortality. Once you have this, let your team know so that they can jump off their plates and run into the middle for protection. As the runner, make your way to the front near where Oryx spawns, and there should be a knight called the Vessel of Oryx. Slam the vessel by pressing square next to him and then kill him quickly so you can run into the middle and protect your teammates. When Oryx slams, his chest will open and everyone needs to shoot him to stagger him or he will wipe you. This is when the touch of malice comes in perfectly. Once he staggers, get together in the middle and kill any remaining adds except Thrall. Leave the Thrall alone as they can't kill you. Once it says Oryx regains the favour of darkness, get a hunter to tether at your feet and kill the adds with either a Nova Bomb or grenades. Again, this is to generate orbs. Now the next step, people will be randomly teleported into the Shade of Oryx or the Darkness Dimension as it will say on the left hand side. Be sure to be quick about killing him in the Shade, but also be careful about tethering him because it makes him more likely to do a second slam. When he comes in for a slam, don't shoot as that will target him towards you. If you have a Warlock with self-res, let them take it, otherwise try jumping over him to avoid being killed. Your health does not regenerate whilst being in the Shade. People on the outside will need to kill Thrall as they will come inside and attempt to do damage within the Shade, which can be a problem. Once you've killed the Shade of Oryx, you'll be pulled back out and the process repeats again. Oryx will most likely slam on the back 2 platforms for your second run, so plate number 1, 2 and 3 will change, so make sure you adjust accordingly. The order will still be counterclockwise and again no one needs to be on the 4th plate. You'll need to do this 4 times so you have 16 bombs dropped by each platform. Complete the 4th run as normal. However, once you've staggered Oryx, you will need to get to the outside of your bombs, but don't step in just yet. The person on plate 1 for that round will go to the bomb by their plate. The person on plate 2 will go onto the bomb next to their plate, and the person on plate 3 will go to the bomb next to their plate for that round. One of the titans in the middle will have to go to the bomb by plate 4, so make sure you know which one of you is going to go to the 4th bomb. The runner must stay in the middle. When everyone is on the outside of their bombs, get the runner to count down something like 3, 2, 1, step in, so that everyone can activate their bombs at the same time. The runner and the other titan must be shooting at Oryx in the chest at this point. You know when all 4 bombs are detonated when you see your name appear 4 times above your super. As soon as this shows, run back to the middle and help the runner shoot Oryx in the chest. If you're too slow, you'll probably die, too quick, and you won't detonate all of your bombs. You will know if you've done it correctly as Oryx will have a sliver of health left. Get a Titan to pop a weapons bubble front mid and get ready for final DPS. Jump in the bubble, run forward, and everyone must shoot Oryx in the chest to kill him. If you fail to do enough damage at this point, you will all wipe, so it's critical that you all shoot him. And that's it. All the challenge is done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to explain it the best I could. Make sure you communicate and work together, and you should make quick work of this raid. Don't forget to like and comment down below if this video helped you out at all, and as always, I will see you next time, Guardians. Goodbye!